their whispering woods, echoes of the forgotten. Deep in the heart of Hollow Creek lay the Whispering Woods. A dense forest untouched by time, its trees ancient and twisted. Locals warned never to enter after dusk when the woods came alive. They said the trees whispered in voices long forgotten, voices of those who ventured in and never came out. The whispers were faint, like the wind, but unmistakably human. They called out names, pleading for help, begging to be remembered. Those who heard them claimed they were echoes of the lost, trapped between worlds, their souls unable to find peace. No one knew how many were lost, only that the woods were hungry. Hungry for memories, for lives, for time itself. It was said that the forest grew thicker with every disappearance. New trees sprang up overnight, gnarled and hollow-eyed. Their branches twisted like skeletal arms, reaching for the living. Legend spoke of a creature guarding the woods, a shadow without form. It moved between the trees, unseen but always present. Those who encountered it felt their memories slipping away. They forgot who they were, where they came from, even their own names. They wandered the woods, lost and hollow, until they became whispers. One autumn evening, a group of hikers entered the Whispering Woods. They were thrill seekers, eager to prove the legend was just a story. Armed with flashlights and cameras, they laughed at the warnings. The forest was silent at first, the air cold and heavy. But as darkness fell, the whispers began, faint and haunting. The hikers paused, straining to hear the ghostly voices. The whispers grew louder, echoing their own words back at them. One by one, the hikers heard their names called from the shadows. Voices that sounded like loved ones, pleading for help. Confused and scared, they split up, searching for the source. That was their mistake separating in the Whispering Woods. Alone, each hiker faced the shadow, invisible yet suffocating. Their flashlights flickered, revealing faces in the bark of the trees. Eyes watched them, empty and cold, mouths frozen in silent screams. They felt the ground shifting beneath them, roots curling around their feet. The trees seemed to breathe, their whispers growing louder. You belong to us now, forgotten, lost, their voices chanted. Panic set in, and they ran, but the forest twisted around them. Paths looped back on themselves, leading nowhere. Their footprints vanished, swallowed by the hungry earth. Hours passed, or maybe days' time had no meaning in the woods. Exhausted, the hikers collapsed, shadows closing in. The last thing they heard was their own voices, whispering back at them. They were never seen again, but new trees grew in their place. Twisted and hollow, their branches reached out, whispering names. Locals recognized the faces in the bark, faces of the missing. The legend of the Whispering Woods grew, keeping people away. Dr. Monroe's research connected the forest to the temporal void. She theorized that the woods were a place where time stood still, a gateway to the void, where echoes of the past lingered. She believed the whispers were fragments of lost timelines, memories of those who had crossed into the void and never returned. Determined to prove her theory, she ventured into the woods. A tape recorder captured the whispers, calling her by name. Her voice trembled as she described the faces in the trees. They remember who they were," she whispered. She realized too late that the shadows were feeding on her memories. Her last recording was a broken, hollow voice whispering, "I am lost." After her disappearance, no one dared to enter the Whispering Woods. But the whispers continued, echoing through the ancient trees. Each voice was a reminder of a life forgotten, a soul trapped. In 2085, the forest will call again, hungry for new memories. Will anyone be able to break the curse, or will they too be forgotten? Do you believe the woods are haunted by lost souls or trapped timelines? Subscribe for more eerie legends and unsolved mysteries.